The term big data really came into the spotlight in 2012 when it played a huge role in Barack Obama's re-election campaign. Ever since then, big data has been the toast of the can lines and something that has been on large marketers' minds. Marketers across the globe who have access to reams of data have been wondering how to actually put that into actionable use. For the uninitiated, big data is essentially large complex data sets that are used to analyze and deduce consumer patterns and trends. India, in comparison to the West, has been slow on the uptake when it has come to adoption of big data. However, the last 1 year has seen some incremental changes. Sectors such as e-commerce, BFSI, consumer goods and auto have begun using big data quite effectively. While undoubtedly there is still a long way to go before big data is widely accepted and used, the slow and steady adoption is noteworthy. So we at Brand Equity decided to find out what progress has been made in India when it comes to big data analytics and how marketers are using it to sharpen their marketing acumen and targeted approach. Abhinav Trivedi reports.
Ever wondered what the biggest strength of Narendra Modi's election campaign was? Or for that matter, even wonder how a company like Google still holds the lion's share in the search market? Or how Facebook manages to customize your news feed, which is largely in tune with your interests? The answer to all of the above is big data. A term which everybody in the media, marketing and advertising fraternity is well aware of. Something that is only gaining traction with every passing year. Big data is essentially large sets of data that is analyzed computationally to reveal patterns, trends and associations with regards to the human behavior. Big data as a concept is well accepted and used in advanced markets, and in the last 1 year has slowly caught the fancy of Indian marketeers as well.
In India, interest has grown tremendously in the last 2 years. From an action standpoint, I think big action is taking place in companies that have very large amounts of data that they cannot otherwise manipulate. For example, e-commerce, followed by maybe telcos and financial services, which have such huge data that they have to start using it for better purpose. I would expect big data to increase, big data's consumption to increase much more dramatically in the next 2 to 3 years.
Sectors like BFSI, e-commerce, consumer durables and digital players are using big data extensively in India.
Give a missed call to 099808 99808 for Diwali offers on Shandar Godrej products.
A case in point being Godrej. While Godrej uses big data across all the categories it operates on, our specific focus is on Nature's Basket. Nature's Basket uses its customer mobile number to track their shopping behavior, and in turn uses that information to entice them with customized offerings.
Nature's Basket, which is our own retail chain, has been a user of big data for a while. They've had a loyalty program, so when you shop there, they'll ask you for your mobile number with your permission, of course. And then watching the trend of consumption by that mobile number, we're able to identify the segment of consumer, the shopping patterns, and also identify in what ways we can construct offers so that they can increase their basket size, and thereby not only shop more but also be more satisfied with the brand. So it's actually a win-win. We are able to create a greater success both for the business and a greater satisfaction for the consumer because we're doing it in a much more targeted fashion and with the knowledge of or an understanding of who they are versus in a blanket fashion.
Another example of big data well used would be travel portal MakeMyTrip.com. MakeMyTrip tracks its customers' travel pattern and then customizes travel deals which include hotels, cabs and other allied services. The company also uses the analytics to ensure that their high traffic routes are better serviced, with priority given to such locations in terms of back-end infrastructure, higher number of call centers to ensure operational efficiency.
I'll give you a small use case. If someone has bought a flight from us and then he doesn't have a hotel, and the customer has your mobile application on the phone, you have a lot of data about the customer. You have his location, you know the duration of the travel, pre-flight and post-flight. You can make him interesting offers on cabs. once he reaches a destination, you could sell him better hotels which are suited to his preferences. And you can do a lot of things with vacation planning once you understand the customer's profile and whether he's traveling for leisure or business. So a lot of segmentation and interesting stuff can happen once you understand the customer better. In operational efficiency, fundamentally, we are trying to get as much data from the servers and the software stack that we run in terms of health of the servers, health of the software middleware stack, and make sure that the operations keep running all the time.
In the BFSI sector, Kotak Mahindra Bank has been using big data for quite some time. The most interesting insight that the bank received was that a majority of its customers called its customer care for their bank account details. In an attempt to reduce this huge volume of callers whose only interest was their bank account, Kotak decided that all callers will first be given their bank account details as soon as they enter their customer identification number.
So we use big data across behavior parameters and propensity parameters. Yeah. So let's take one behavior. This is typical of customers who call on your 24/7 contact center service for variety of information. One of the parameters internally for us at the bank was how to control the volume of calls coming into the contact center. Yeah? In the sense that is there a certain pattern, is there any information that the customer is repeatedly seeking that you could preempt and present to the customer upfront. Yeah? So when we did analytics of all the calls that we were getting, we found a very high percentage of calls were coming for a single piece of information, which is balance on my account. To even get to that information point, there are some 5-6 stages that a customer is going through. Is there a faster and a quicker and a more efficient way I can deliver the same service to him? That's where big data came into the loop. We studied our CTI logs, what kind of customers are calling us for this. We went and understood what kind of technology is available if I can present this information differently, and we created what we now call a Insta Balance service or a missed call service.
However, other sectors have not yet seen the merit in using big data. While in principle, most sectors agree that using big data is advantageous, the pricing and execution challenges seem to be the key reasons for non-adoption. Apart from this, low internet penetration coupled with inept and unskilled workforce makes the entire process even more complex and painstaking.